So welcome back to our YouTube channel again. This is part 2 of how to send a pull request on GitHub. So this is the project I'm working on now, which is in Flutter. So I'm going to show you a little bit of how I can send a simple pull request to the main repository. So let me add the comment here, just the comment. And before I push this comment as a change, let me show you how my remote is. So you can see that my remote is pointing to the parent project, parent remote, which is always named to be origin of the project, as you can see here. So now the question is how am I going to send the pull request to this remote that I don't have the permission to, right? From the first video, I told you that you should fork the project first. Then after forking, then it is the copy that you have the full control. So this is my copy. You can see that my name here, my username on GitHub. So what I'm going to do now is first to have the remote that points to my copy, right? So I'm going to add it, git remote add. I can call it whatever I want. I'm going to call it me, myself, to know that I can send this to myself, and put the URL of the fork, my fork, then hit enter. Then this is going to add the fork to point to me so that I can push to it. Then I'm going to commit, like I assume that I finished to work on a feature, added a comment. Here you put the message of what you have done so far, then you push. So you can see that I have the origin as the remote, then I recently added me as another remote. So I'm going to use me now because it's the one that is pointing to the remote that I have control about. So I'm going to git push me, then use the same branch that I want to push to, then hit enter to push. This is going to take the change that I have made on the project, push it on my fork, and this change will not be visible yet to the parent project. So in order for this change to be visible on the parent project that I don't have the permission to, I will need to go to the project, refresh the project, which is my fork, and at the top of my name here, you would see a button of sending the pull request. You click on that button to send a pull request, and let me go back a little bit. First of all, you need to make sure that you are on a branch that you have pushed to. So like the project can have multiple branches. So you make sure that you switch that branch that where you where you have pushed the code. So now, because I have pushed to this branch, that you can see that the pull request button here is appearing. So click on that button. Then you would see that the commit message, the latest commit message that I have committed is here. Here I can go there, change it, and also add the description of what I have done so far so that the community can know more about what is going on with the change that I have made to the project. So once you feel confident that the people, the contributors to the project will understand what you have done so far, so click on the pull request button here, create pull request button. So because I have the full permission to this remote project, I can go directly and see the available pull requests that need my attention so that I can review them. So I can, this process is more of like the other party that you don't need to care about. So I hope you understand now how pull request works. So another tip, another professional tip is that before sending a pull request, you also need to pull down the change from other developers so that you don't have to create conflict. So how do you do that? You do git pull, then you add the remote name from which you want to pull the change from. So you can see that this origin is pointing already to that remote parent repository. So if I do git pull origin, then specify the name of remote branch that I want to pull from, is going to pull the change from that remote branches and merge it back to the project that I have locally. So I hope now you understand how sending GitHub pull request works. So if you have a question, please add that to the comment section. I'll be happy to answer that. Have a nice day, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe to our channel and be part of our community.